Friends, good evening, and I welcome you all for today's homeopathy learning program. My humble pranams to all my gurus, teachers, and masters. My pranams to Dr. Shastri Garu. So, we have learned almost 10 personalities so far, and each personality is different. And every one of us, when we are hearing about the personalities, we feel, yes, I belong to this personality. Yes, I belong to arsenic personality. Oh, I belong to Naxamka personality. I belong to Natramur personality. Like that, every one of us, we feel. Of course, there is a overlapping of certain traits, certain emotions in different personalities. Our personality, some of the traits will be in some personality, some of the things will be in some other personality. All these things are possible. What we do by just listening to the lecture, oh, I have got this, I am this personality. But the way you go one by one, you are totally confused, is it not? So, unless somebody takes our personality, it is difficult to identify. Your personality you cannot identify, but you can identify others' personalities. Okay. But today I am going to bring you another excellent personality. If you read in the books, you may not find this is a personality. Okay. Till I read Dr. Catherine Coulter's book, I did not feel that STAPHYSAGRIA is a particular personality. Okay. When I read her book, I was so much, excited by seeing STAPHYSAGRIA personality. Okay. We have completed 60 classes so far. Today is a 61st class. So, successfully, but I think we are completing almost 5 months time. Still lot of things to be taught. As long as you are interested, myself and my team, including Shastri Garu, will teach you. Whatever is required to teach you, so much will teach you. Let it take 1 year time. Because our interest is you should become knowledgeable to take care of yourself, your family, such a difficult times like this type of pandemic. How to take care of your, because you cannot depend on medical system or highly stressed. Doctors are struggling, they are suffering, so they cannot take any more burden. We all should become, self-reliant in every aspect. We should become self-reliant. Our days are like that. Even small business people, middle business, small business people, they are struggling like anything. Okay, they're all very difficult days. I've seen many people in our known circles, they are financially highly stressed. That is why I request all of you, kindly do not go to malls. Kindly do not go for online ordering. Go to your nearby small shops. See, poor people on a push cart roadside, they want to sell vegetables, fruits, so many other items. Whatever income comes, they are taking care of their family. They have to support their family member. They have to give education to their children. They are struggling. So kindly, even though you may be paying little more money, but with folded hands, I request all of you, kindly don't go to malls. They are all malls owners are all rich people. They can, even some problem is there, they can withstand. But poor people, they cannot withstand. For almost for last 2-3 years, they are struggling. Okay, in various ways. So I request all of you to kindly support all small business people, even groceries. Small business people, you support them, you give them. That is why even homeopathy medicines, when you people want, online ordering, then somebody should keep supply kits and all those things. I am against to that, because your area, that homeopathic shops should be encouraged. If you encourage, they will expand that homeopathic business in your area, and you should encourage homeopathy doctors in your area. So homeopathy doctors, homeopathy business should expand. Then only you will have always medicines will be within your reach. You need not run to the town, cities. Okay. So this is my concern for the people, for the society, and this is my request. Coming back to our subject, see, during last class, you learned about personality, and many people, many of you enjoyed the beautiful lady, that is Palstella person. Palstella person is gentle, sweet, soft, friendly, affectionate, talkative, kind, kind-hearted, obedient, adjustable, loving and caring. Okay. Apart from that, extra symptoms are want to share her feelings, her emotions, or hurt feelings. She want to share, he want to share with close people, maybe friends, maybe relatives. Okay. Cries easily, wants consolation or sympathy, feels a lot of comfort with consolation. This is in a nutshell about Palsatilla person. You may be surprised. I have put a message that I will be teaching on STAPHYSAGRIA, but why I am talking about still Palsatilla? Am I so much attracted to that beautiful lady? You may be surprised. Moreover, you are wearing a color shirt today, and you must be so much attracted to that beautiful lady. Okay, it is not so. See, from this Palstilla, all this nature, some of the qualities I am removing. What is that I am removing? I am removing want to share her feelings, her emotions, hurt feelings, cries easily, want consolation, sympathy, feels a lot of comfort with consolation. So from Palstilla personality, these few lines which I marked, highlighted, with make it a black, dark color, that I am removing. Okay. Then let us try to understand about another personality, Natramore. You all understood what is Natramore? Natramore person is very decent, dignified, well behaved, and very emotional. They have high degree of awareness and sense of responsibility, very sensitive, gets hurt by slightest comment or gesture that might imply ridicule or rejection. After being hurt several times, they become introverted, does not like to share, keeps the bitterness of hurt feeling for several years. See, for this I want to give an example. One lady, her husband was in a big position, very big position, top level management position. And this lady, Natramore lady, came to know that her husband has affair with another lady. Immediately, she walked out with her two children out of the house and went and stayed in a small room and joined in a school as a teacher with a small salary, though she has come up from a big bungalow, and went to a one room, one kitchen, and with her teacher salary supported her two children, made them very big high education she gave them. Many times husband has come and requested, but she did not budge. Several years, with small children she came out. She made them, they went into good jobs. Even then, she did not join her husband. That is, keeps the bitterness of hurt feelings for several years. And that particular lady had some health problems. She came to us, our forum. We have treated with Natramore. She became completely healthy. Okay, that is why I remembered this case just now. I am telling. Keeps the bitterness of hurt feeling for several years. So in this Natramore, I am removing this. So keeps the bitterness of hurt feelings for several years. This particular emotion, I am removing it. Okay, then combining pulsatilla and Natramore together. I am combining pulsatilla qualities, removing this want to share. Now I am making pulsatilla does not want to share. Her emotions, hurt feeling, crisis, doesn't cry, want consolation, she does not want consolation or sympathy, feels lot of comfort from consolation, does not want any consolation. That is pulsatilla. That particular pulsatilla and Natramore I just combined. Then what is that we get? Softness, sweetness, and kindness like blossoming flower. See, softness, sweetness, and kindness like blossoming flower with multiple insults or disappointments and lot of grief inside. Inside is a lot of grief, lot of disappointment, still no bitterness. See, in spite of having so much suffering, so much disappointment, so much grief, so much insulted feelings, but she does not have bitterness inside. That is STAPHYSAGRIA. So, in short, we call it as STAPHYSAGRIA. Okay. Now, I think you understood why I brought pulsatilla, why I brought Natramore. See, these personalities are interlinked. If you see Ignatia, Natramore, Staphysagria, Pulsatilla, Carcinosin, all these are overlapping will be there. But for a common person, it looks alike, all are alike. But a good homeopath can identify each personality. So that art we have to inculcate. And for last so many years, we are, studying, practicing, using this knowledge for the people, for the benefit of the humankind. We help large number of people by identifying their personalities. Once if you identify personality, most of their problems, that particular medicine will work in different potencies. You should know what potency at what stage. That is only the thing you have to say. Otherwise, so Dr. George Vitolkas wrote in his book, Essence of Materia Medica, no bitterness. Staphysagria does not have bitterness. Okay. Then Pulsatilla will weep. Staphysagria will not weep. Pulsatilla expresses. Staphysagria will not express. Pulsatilla wants consolation. Staphysagria does not want consolation. In Staphysagria, there is a lot of suppressed emotions. In Staphysagria, lot of suppressed emotions, like in Natramore. Okay. So, this is nutshell I have given what is Staphysagria. Okay. Nutshell I have given what is Staphysagria. Then let me show you Staphysagria. This is Staphysagria plants and flowers. How nice it is looking, you see. This Staphysagria flowers are so attractive, so cute and so beautiful. Even you can see same cuteness in Staphysagria nature, Staphysagria behavior. Okay? Staphysagria person, they are very sweet, like a blossoming flower. Okay? I think you have got some idea about Staphysagria. So, Staphysagria plant has been used, this plant has been used herbally for centuries as an emetic and treatment of head lice in the head, warts and itching. It is native plant of Europe, now grown in Asia also. Seeds of the plant are dried, powdered, titrated and succussed, and dilutions are prepared. It was proved and published by our Sadguru Samuel Hahnemann in 1819. Okay. Every constitution, every personality deserves for Nobel Prize. How they traced out, how now if we ask, you tell about patient who comes, what is the food you like? If I ask, what is the answer I get? No, not like that. I like everything. I like everything. Even roadside, what is lying down also I like. So like that, very difficult to differentiate. They don't know what they like, what they don't like. But these people, they have worked so much and they've built up sort of personality. You know, it is most suitable. It is most suitable to the people who have suppressed their emotions, especially anger. They are extremely sensitive, particularly to criticism and rudeness. They are very sensitive to criticism and rudeness. Irritation and anger will be boiling inside, because when they get hurt, there will be a lot of irritability and anger will be boiling inside, but outwardly they appear mild, they yield and avoid confrontations. They they look like Pulsilla personality. Many times Staphysagria nature will be understood as Pulsilla personality. Other day when I was teaching about about Pulsilla, I just gave a mention about one particular personality in one particular serial for a understanding, and I want to differentiate later exactly is it Pulsilla or something else. In that there is one serial in Ma TV in Telugu, that is Gruhalakshmi. In that Gruhalakshmi there is one character Tulasi. The Tulasi, for us it looks like Pulsilla personality, but it is not so. She is of Staphysagria personality, because how much insults, how much hurt feeling, so much suffering, emotion, distress, so much anger, everything she keeps her inside. But outwardly, she's very cool and smiling. Then, whoever, getting anger, she tries to cool them very nicely. The Staphysagria personality is portrayed in the form of Tulasi in Gruhalakshmi in Telugu Ma TV serial, which is my wife regularly watches. Now, occasionally, whenever I am present at that time, I will be seeing to analyze the personalities. Okay. So that is a wonderful personality. Best example for Staphysagria. Okay. Initially, it looks like Pulsilla, but after seeing so many incidents, so it became Staphysagria. Staph person, outwardly cheerful, talkative, and enjoying the existence. Beneath the surface, there is injured pride. Her pride, her self-esteem has been injured. There is a frustration, lot of frustration will be there inside, embarrassment and disappointment in love. See, all this information I have not collected from one book. I have collected this information from various books. What are those various books? Catherine Coulter, Portraits of Homeopathic Portraits, Personalities, Catherine Coulter. That is volume number 2, I think, from volume number 2. Then Essence of Materia Medica, George Vitelkas. Then Dr. Philip Bailey, that is Homeopathic Personalities, Philip Bailey. Then Dr. Rajan Shankaran, that is Soul of Remedies. Dr. Rajan Shankaran Garu has given wonderful description about Staphysagria. Then Ellen keynotes. Then Boric Materia Medica. So if you are attending this class and seeing these notes means you have read all that material and collected important information from those books. So that is what. So on your behalf, I have read all those things and I am giving it to you. Okay. STAPHYSAGRIA person is very sensitive like Ignatia. You see, every person, so some of the things will be projected here. Is a combination of multiple personalities. STAPHYSAGRIA is nothing but combination of different personalities. Very sensitive like Ignatia. Gets hurt by slightest comment or gesture that might imply ridicule or rejection. A person who has been insulted in an undignified manner does not react and remains speechless with a deep insulted or hurt feeling, affected by injustice. It is below his dignity to fight back. Feels it is below my respect to fight. If I fight, I will become very cheap. This is below my respect, below my dignity. So keeps quiet, does not react. He will have lot of hurt feeling. Went home sick. He went home becoming sick. He has been insulted in the office by the colleague or by superiors or somebody. So he did not react. He did not fight because he fighting is below his prestige, his dignity, his his respect. Went home becoming sick, trembling and exhausted. So this has been written in Ellen Keynotes. Also, it is written in Catherine Coulter's STAPHYSAGRIA notes. Catherine Coulter Portraits. Also, same thing it is written. In case of causticum, see STAPHYSAGRIA, there is a lot of injustice will be done in that serial. That is that Gruhalakshmi serial. The Tulsi, lot of injustice is done to her by two people. Okay, not two people, many people, 4 or 5 people are there who are doing lot of injustice. Okay, in spite of that, she doesn't fight back. Whereas causticum is in that position, fights for justice. Causticum personality fights for justice, justice of for the people around him, people around her, or for her own justice. She will fight. But here, STAPHYSAGRIA is not like Naxwamika or Lekesis or nitric acid to fight. Naxwamika, Lekesis, nitric acid, they fight tooth and nail. Like other day, how they fought in elections, like that, they fight a lot. Okay. Naxwamika, Lekesis, nitric acid, even causticum. These people will fight. But each personality for different reasons they fight. Whereas this STAPHYSAGRIA will not fight. So he suppresses these bad emotions in himself. Suppression of emotions may cause sleeplessness, agitation in the mind, unable to concentrate, confusion of mind, loss of memory, frustration and depression. You see, suppression of these emotions may cause so many problems. Whereas if you see Naxwamika, Maximamka will do what he will do. He immediately bounds. He will shout on others. Then he doesn't bother afterwards. It is others who will suffer, but he will not suffer. Okay? People who keep, see, people, our friend or our family member, when they get lot of anger, what we had, no, control your anger, control your anger. No, you should not burst, you should not, keep yourself. Like that we will be advising. And suppose by hearing our words, lot of anger is suppressed. What happens? Suppression of anger, suppression of insulted feelings causes sleeplessness, agitation of mind, unable to concentrate, confusion of mind, loss of memory, frustration, and depression. All these disturbances generate all sorts of physical sufferings, various types of pains anywhere in the body, including headache, irritable bladder with frequent urination, prostate enlargement, cystitis, stomach disorders, skin problems, trembling, fatigue, nervous problems, that is eye troubles, hearing problems, breathing difficulties, gynec disorders, rheumatism, arthritis, heart problems, cancer, etc. See, by seeing this big list, now you are totally surprised, by suppressing emotions, how much devastation takes place in the body. If a fellow is identified today as a cancer patient, this is because of suppression about 20 years back. The emotional suffering, irritability, anger, all those things are suppressed inside. They buried inside. Like our government in 1974, they buried a capsule deep inside the earth, They have buried a capsule. I think afterwards they have taken out. Okay, like that, these emotions are buried inside. Those things will cause so much devastation in the body, including cancer. Okay, why they suppress? First of all, why these people suppress? Want to maintain dignity, self-respect, even under extreme duress, that is pressure, extreme pressure. They want to maintain dignity, self-respect, So they are self-respect. Self-respect. There is another serial, Kartika Deepam, Telugu. One character is named as self-respect, Deepa. Self-respect. So, want to maintain dignity, self-respect, even under extreme pressure, obliged to please others, strongly believes in maintaining good relationship with others and social harmony. See, they want to maintain very good relationship with others. They don't want to spoil relationship. Strongly believes in maintaining good relationship with others and social harmony. It is not out of pride or nobility, but necessity, dependence, forced submission, inferior status, unable to fight back, restrained by common sense and instinct of survival. So, because of these reasons, they don't, they suppress. Okay. Then always they feel God will take care That is their attitude. There is a God, so it is their destiny. So God will punish them. God will take care. So I'll just keep quiet. I can't do anything. That is the attitude. Okay. See, one lady came about 5 years back. She is in a good job. She has some landed property. That landed property is being, because she is only one daughter, parents expired, that landed property, her father's younger brother, he is looking after, and in a good faith, he has asked, no, every time I am coming to you and all those things is difficult, you sign these papers. So he is cultivating, okay, my uncle only cultivating, no problem. Like that, he was not giving any money also for that. So some land she has given for cultivation, in a good faith. Afterwards, her children can have that property, she thought. Then she has blindly signed some papers. Finally, she came to know, with the help of those papers, he grabbed that property. Then she just kept quiet. She could not do anything, because going and fighting with her own uncle, it is below her dignity. That's what she felt. Initially, I thought she looks like Palestilla personality. So he treated with Palestilla. She had a lot of complications, serious complications, not one problem. She has got giant pains. She has got gynec problem. She has got skin problem. Okay, and she has got suspicion that she has got uterus cancer, because her mother expired due to cancer of uterus. Okay, so with all these things, she had, she used to feel that she lost her property. Okay, but she does not want to fight. It is below her dignity to fight. She has got anger, but the anger is suppressed. That emotional distance suppressed. Okay, everything kept inside, but outward still she maintained good relationship with that uncle. He comes home, he treats him nicely, so she doesn't show her. But that means she does not have bitterness. She only has feeling she lost her property, but she does not have anything against the uncle, her chikkappa, babai. Telugu we call it as babai. Okay, that is a common name we call everybody. When I go to Vijayawada railway station, when somebody, if I ask somebody some information or they come and ask, they immediately call babai, something like that we call. A typical example of such indignation is the genuinely capable employee consistently denied promotion. Say, a genuinely capable employee, he is sincere, hardworking, and doing good job. Such employee has been denied consistently. Every year they are denied promotion, and they are not increasing salary and other forms of recognition in favor, to favor more glamorous or less worthy colleague. There is another colleague. That colleague is more glamorous and less worthy. For that more glamorous colleague, this particular person has been denied all the benefits, promotions, increments, and many things have been denied. The victim becomes silent. The person who has been denied he will become silent, doesn't speak much, speaks very little, becomes reserved and serious, minds his own work and does not confront with superiors, develops low esteem and unworthiness, feels I am not worthy, whereas my colleague is more worthy, and still she maintains good relationship with his colleague, with her colleague, he or she, maintains good relationship. They will not have any bad feelings against the person. So this is a classic example to understand STAPHYSAGRIA. Humble STAPHYSAGRIA repeatedly encounters various types of insults or hurt feelings. After taking few doses of STAPHYSAGRIA, when we come to know, we give STAPHYSAGRIA, the person will rebel, takes action against the situation. Same person, when we give, we have seen, when I have administered STAPHYSAGRIA 1M, they have realized, some people, they started crying. Earlier they were not crying so much. Then they became Pulsatilla personality. Then I treated with Pulsatilla. Then same person, STAPHYSAGRIA, revolted, started fighting for her rights. So at that time I have given causticum, because next stage that has come out, causticum has come out. So Pulsatilla has come out. In STAPHYSAGRIA, these personalities are embedded. Those are coming out. And that Bhutavaidya, that is one fellow will come, and there is a devil, and somebody will go on, the devil will be coming out, like that. The embedded personalities will appear. At that time, we can identify, oh, Pulsatilla personality has come out, causticum personality has come out, then this Natramore personality has come out. So your treatment should proceed in that direction. That means on layer by layer it is coming out. Okay. They gain the strength to take remedial action. They get emotional stress, emotional stamina, emotional strength they will get. Okay. This constitution type can be victim of mosquitoes. This particular constitution can become victim of mosquitoes. Somebody has put a message today morning that when so many people are there, but mosquitoes will not bite all of them, but they bite him only. One Sridhar or somebody, okay, has kept the message. I asked him today evening, you will get that remedy. So we understood Ledam is one remedy, but when Ledam fails, STAPHYSAGRIA is the remedy. This constitution type can be victim of mosquitoes. Mosquitoes prefer his blood. Few doses of STAPHYSAGRIA will repel mosquitoes. So they are fond of this person's blood. They feel very tasty. Mosquitoes will feel his blood very tasty. So they attack him left and right, even though other people are there. One mosquito will bite, they smell the things, from some smell itself they can identify. So one mosquito will bite and see the taste, and it will tell all other mosquitoes. So all other mosquitoes leaving other people, it will come and attack this person. So this person, even 30 potency itself, we need not go for a higher potency. 30 potency daily 1 dose or daily 2 doses. If you give 1 week, the mosquitoes will not bite. If not 30 potency not helping, you give STAPHYSAGRIA 200 potency once in 4 days or once in 5 days 1 dose. some 5-6 doses, it will clear the problem. We have given number of people. Ledum has helped, but ledum is not completely curing the problem. Then STAPHYSAGRIA has helped. Okay. Some STAPHYSAGRIA personalities, when they suppress anger, develop high sex desire. See, what a funny thing, when they suppress anger, they develop high sex desire. They resort to wild sexual acts or frequent masturbation. Some become rash and resort to most dangerous adventures and does not listen to others' advice. See, when they suppress the anger, this STAPHYSAGRIA personality will develop high sex desire. They resort to wild sexual acts, that is homosexuality or frequent masturbation, some unnatural sexual acts, and they may go to even prostitutes. Such things will happen. Some STAPHYSAGRIA become rash and resort to most dangerous adventures. Who resort to adventures? Sulfur resorts to adventure sports. So they will change into sulfur personality. STAPHYSAGRIA will change into sulfur personality. So you have to treat with, give 1 dose of STAPHYSAGRIA 1M and treat with sulfur. Okay, all these things we can identify while practicing in the dispensary. Just on the paper, without thing very difficult. You have to go and sit with experienced homeopath. So our people, whoever homeo doctors, qualified doctors, they come to our forum, they gain all this knowledge. They will come and tell, sir, this is a STAPHYSAGRIA, why you are giving sulfur? Then I tell them, see, my dear doctor, see, she is STAPHYSAGRIA, I understand, but now she developed, adventure. She is going for mountain climbing and races, horse races, motor races, all these things. Who will perform? Because of her suppression, so much suppression in her life, she became sulfur. So, this is a STAPHYSAGRIA is an acute of sulfur. Sulfur is a chronic of STAPHYSAGRIA. That doesn't mean every STAPHYSAGRIA person should be given sulfur. Then sulfur qualities are developed at that time only. Some STAPHYSAGRIA will develop carcinosin nature. At that time, you should give carcinosin. Some STAPHYSAGRIA will develop this pulsatilla nature. You have to give pulsatilla. Okay. There will be changes. When their emotions erupt out, they overreact, tremble with anger. The whole body trembles. That's how these people, when they suppress their so many emotions, they develop the trembling disease, Alzheimer's disease, or what is that, Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease, one reason is suppression of so many emotions at the background. Okay. So, tremble with anger, throws things. So, whatever is there in the hand, they throw the things, like Nux vomica, become abusive and violent. Later, they feel guilty and ashamed for their impulsive outbursts. They behave, generally they don't do it because they feel it is below their dignity. At the most, what they do, whatever is there in the hand, they just throw it. That's all. They don't resort to abusive and violent behavior. That is extreme condition only they do it. Because this particular STAPHYSAGRIA belong to mainly psychotic miasm. So, psychotic miasm does not react, but there is a syphilitic also, it covers all the miasms, sora, psychosis, syphilis, all the three miasms it covers. So, when it changes into different miasm, you have to treat with that appropriate remedy. So, they become abusive when it becomes extremely, that when it comes out, flares up, that is one movie that in one box the devil is kept, that heroine is there. What is her heroine? Then that key is opened, the devil comes out, like that, inside devil, what is suppressed, so many emotions like a devil, it comes out. So, and they become abusive, violent, destructive. Later, they feel guilty and ashamed for their impulsive outburst. This bothers them for lifelong. See, it is, lifelong they suffer, lifelong they feel, oh, why I behaved like that. They feel ashamed for their behavior. Whereas Naxwamika, Lekesis and acid nitric, those people, they never feel like that. At the most, Naxwamika may feel, but Lekesis and acid nitric, they may not feel. Some prefer loneliness to avoid being hurt or insulted. See, here you can see a sort of natrum nature. Okay. Some prefer loneliness to avoid being hurt or insulted. It is psychosyphilitic remedy. It is psychotic miasm, syphilitic miasm, both combination, very dangerous combination, and falls into cancer miasm. See, sora, psychosis, syphilis, all the three are there. So, it is psychosyphilitic remedy and falls into cancer miasm. STAPHYSAGRIA persons have tendency to develop cancer. These people have got tendency to develop cancer. See, now you go back to the life of cancer patients. What many people, they come, no. My mother is so nice, so good. She never, she doesn't have any tensions like that. The daughter or son will come and explain. She doesn't have any problem. She's so nice, so sweet. Because she is so sweet only, she developed cancer. If she is not so sweet, she would not have developed cancer. Why she developed? Because she became sweet because all bitter things she kept inside. Because all bitter things are kept inside, she became so sweet. Outwardly she is so sweet, but internally so much bitterness is there that bitterness only converts into cancer. Okay. STAPHYSAGRIA are highly sensitive people. Their sensitivity is deep and long lasting. They set for themselves a task which is nearly impossible. This is what written in Soul of Remedies by Dr. Rajan Shankaran has written this point. STAPHYSAGRIA are highly sensitive people. Their sensitivity is deep and long-lasting. They set for themselves a task which is nearly impossible, that is, to maintain dignity despite being beaten down, insulted, and humiliated. See, let it anything happen, maintain dignity. Beaten down, insulted, humiliated, but don't lose the temper. Maintain dignity. Okay, that is the very high task. They set task for themselves. No, see, even carcinosin. In carcinosin, you have natramor, you have arum metallicum, you have STAPHYSAGRIA. Carcinosin is called doormat. Doormat keeps quiet. How many people stamp on them? How many people rub on doormat? But doormat receives. Similarly, carcinosin. So, though it is not there in our syllabus, if you want, I will cover carcinosin, which is a wonderful constitution. One should understand about very sweet constitution, which is greater than our STAPHYSAGRIA, natramor, Palstella. They let it be anything, they won't react. They suffer, all suffering they won't express. So here STAPHYSAGRIA are highly sensitive people. The sensitivity is so deep and long lasting, they set for themselves a task which is nearly impossible. That is to maintain dignity despite being beaten down, insulted, and humiliated. He feels that honor and dignity is most important than anything else. Honor is important, dignity is important more than anything else. So even others behave very badly, he should not react. So others may behave very badly, but I should not react. He should not allow his emotional upset outwardly. Whatever emotional, it doesn't mean that he is not upset. He is upset very badly, but he does not want to show outwardly. He does not want to do anything which affects honor and dignity. He does not like to do anything which affects his honor, his family honor, himself and his family. So he should not lose his coolness and he should not lose his control. I should have total control on myself. That is the STAPHYSAGRIA. He should not scold, abuse, or behave violently. If he reacts, he will repent a lot later. It is worse than the insult caused by others. Suppose by chance, if she or he reacted, behaved impulsively, and abused others or behaved violently, then they suffer lifelong, and it is more than insult. Even this may cause cancer to them. It may cause a lot of health problems. He feels that he lost the honor and dignity and suffers a lot. What is the use of living? I lost my honor and dignity by my misbehavior, and they suffer a lot. Great indignation about the things done by others. What is indignation? Indignation means insulted feeling, hurt feeling. So, indignation about the things done by others or by himself. Grieves about consequences. Grief, lot of grief for the consequences. Like Silesia, very sensitive to what others say about him or about her. Silesia lady, she's image conscious. Silesia lady is image conscious. She is wearing a sari, nice sari, very attractive sari. But people standing little away, they are talking, some 2-3 people they are talking, they are making some joke and laughing. She feels, is there anything wrong with my sari? Whether they are looking at my sari and they are laughing, anything wrong? She will be looking at her. So she is very conscious about her image, what others are saying about her. So that is the Silesia nature. So similarly, like Silesia, STAPHYSAGRIA also sensitive to what others say about him. So after reading Silesia, immediately our doctors, immediately they write, oh, it is a Silesia constitution. So they will be misled. There are other things also, STAPHYSAGRIA also there, similar nature is present, but leading is Silesia only. So if others nature, other symptoms are corroborating, we can give Silesia. Otherwise, it may be STAPHYSAGRIA. You have to compare with the other symptoms. You have to see other symptoms into account, totality, modalities, and so many other things to be taken into account. His survival depends upon maintaining a very high reputation. His survival depends upon maintaining very high reputation, self-control, of being very superior. If I maintain dignity, I'll be superior in the society. Everybody, talk great about my qualities. So nobody will talk bad about me. Okay, very superior, calm and dignified person who wins the respect of all. If I am calm and dignified, I will win the respect. So dignity and respect are more important for me rather than anything else. By his noble actions, see, his survival depends upon maintaining very high reputation, self-control, of being very superior, calm and dignified person to win the respect of all by his noble actions, etc. Much above the ordinary people. They are much above the ordinary people. STAPHYSAGRIA women is delicate and very excited. She is very nice, considerate to others. She feels her problems belongs to her and she should not trouble others. Same nature you can find in Natramur also. Natramur and STAPHYSAGRIA are overlapping here. So by seeing this, immediately you will jump into Natramur. So it may be Natramur, it may be STAPHYSAGRIA, but how to differentiate, that is most important. She is very nice to considerate others. She feels her problems belongs to her and she should not trouble others. Even she does not want to trouble the doctor by telling her problems. Then what for she goes to doctors? See, when she does not want to tell her problem, why she is going to doctor? She tells only about the problems which are troubling her a lot. She may be having some 10 problems. In that, only 4 problems are troubling her a lot. She talks about the 4 problems only. She will not tell about her another 6 problems. So, if this is a problem in homeopathic treatment, holistic. Every problem should be explained. Then only it is better to, easy to treat. Unlike Pulsatilla, she does not reveal many things not to burden doctor. See, here I told, like Natramore, she does not want to trouble the doctor. See, Natramore I brought, she tells only partially, she tells. Out of 10 problems, she tells only 4 problems which are bothering her. So here I am bringing another personality, unlike Pulsatilla. See, this STAPHYSAGRIA is not like Pulsatilla. She does not reveal many things not to burden the doctor. Whereas in case of Pulsatilla, she feels so happy, she tells everything to the doctor, and all the secrets will be revealed to the doctor by Pulsatilla. Okay? She gets excited. If she has got 10 problems, actually 10 problems, she will tell 20 problems, Pulsatilla. So unlike Pulsatilla, STAPHYSAGRIA tells only, out of 10 problems, she tells only 4 problems, because this quality is like Natramore personality. Okay, now I connected 3 personalities here. She suppresses all the insults and humiliations. She does not fight back. Not egoistic. She is not egoistic. Not proud. Not harsh. She is not egoistic. Not proud. Not harsh. But she does not fight. But she exhibits sweet smile on her face. Okay, like her without opening the mouth, without showing teeth like me. Also, she can smile, just closing her mouth and lips itself, there is a very big smile, or opening her mouth, her teeth can be visible. So that way also she can put a big smile on her face. But inside, so much hurt feelings are there, suppression are there, so much humiliation is there, insults are there. But she shows smile outwardly. She is reserved with sweetness. She is reserved, at the same time she is sweet. She is not bitter like Natramore. If the other person shows sincere interest, the person who is close to her or him shows lot of interest and concerned about her, then she opens up quickly, unlike Ignatia and Natramore. And she opens up like Pulsatilla, unlike Ignatia and Natramore. Okay. STAPHYSAGRIA is also remedy for ailments from grief. See, ailments from grief, there are number of medicines. The leading remedy is Ignatia and Natramore, causticum. So like that, number of are there. Ignatia we prefer, from ailments from grief. STAPHYSAGRIA is another frontline remedy which are competing with Ignatia, Natramore. Okay. STAPHYSAGRIA is also remedy for ailments from grief. In STAPHYSAGRIA, a kind of sweetness on face, even during deep grief, but no bitterness inside. Like Ignatia will have bitterness, Natramore will have bitterness, but STAPHYSAGRIA will not have bitterness. But in Ignatia and Natramore, they are more sad, want to be lonely, and lot of bitterness inside, always pricking like thorn, like thorn or needle. It will be pricking. Then In STAPHYSAGRIA, the grief they undergo is mostly in regard to romantic relationship. I told about romantic, not romantic. Okay, romantic, that is sexual type of relationship. Rarely they experience the grief out of professional setbacks. See, they will have grief mostly in romantic relationships. Rarely they will experience grief out of professional setbacks. Financial loss out of, see, rarely they experience grief out of professional setbacks, financial loss, and death of family members. So their grief, more grief is because of a strain in romantic relationships, a hurt feelings in romantic relationships, hurt feelings in love matter, not in financial loss, loss of family members. They get along with the people and recover easily. In Ignatia and Natramore, grief continues for years together, whereas STAPHYSAGRIA people, they recover fast, they recover easily. Ignatia and Natramore continues years together. They are nice people, get along with others very well and quite friendly. They are very friendly. We have seen some 2 years back, one boy was brought. He was a 10 years boy and he got into loss of interest on studies. Absolutely, he is scared of studies. He lost the memory power. So he sits in front of the book, but he cannot study. He cannot understand. Totally, disorientation of mind. So went to some specialist doctors. They treated. Nothing has happened. He, after 1 year of going to various places, that boy was brought to us. Then initially we thought he is of Natramore nature, because very reserved, and he does not express. But later on we came to know that he is very friendly, very cheerful, and even fellows who have hurt him, he moves friendly. He doesn't revolt against them. He doesn't fight against them, and everything keeps inside. And he can narrate so and so time this happened. He can tell, but he will never bring it out. He behaves properly, and even in the house, why this has developed. Father is highly short-tempered. He is of legacies nature, a personality. Then he is to find faults. He, as the expectations are very high. His expectations are very high. He expects that he has to perform very high. But, the child always interfering in this study. No, you have to do like this. Child want to do in a particular way, but he doesn't allow him to do in that particular way. He says, no, you do like this. So daily putting pressure, then scolding the child, you are fit for nothing, you are no use, you are a useless fellow. This type of comments now and then from the father. You see, father have got certain expectation to do some particular project, but the child does not do like that. He is to have irritability, anger show on the child, you are useless, like that. So this has lot of bitterness is accumulated inside, but outwardly he want to help the father, he want to help the mother in household activities. He never says no. And his father, he talks, he doesn't behave rudely. So all this, after coming to know, we have given STAPHYSAGRIA in increasing potency. With that, he became outburst. All his frustration has come out. No, anger and suffering, everything has come out. He started crying so much, cried. For he was gone crying. Then this mother was so much disturbed. She called me and told, "What, doctor? My son is crying so much." I told, "Wait, everything is coming out. All his suppression, all his bitterness, all his anger, frustration, everything is coming out. Allow it. Don't disturb. Then only he will become all right." Then she put so much, she's doubtful whether she has to take him to the specialist. Then I said, I'm in this aspect, I am not talking about other health aspects. In this particular matter, I am the specialist. So listen to me. Nobody else is specialist. So once your son, let him cry for 1 week. So after cries, then it gets on his own, gets consoled. You try to console him when crying, but do not make him to suppress again. It has to come out. Then he cried for 3-4 days. Then after that he became calm, and for some time, then after that he became normal child, and everything, whatever emotions, if some father says something, immediately he used to tell father in a dignified manner, no, father, you have misunderstood. I am not useless. See, I will work out, I will do the thing, I will be useful, I will rise up to your expectations. That is the reply he has given. Then father was surprised and shocked. In little both softness and little very strong way, with a lot of confidence, he has told, "Wait for some time, Dad. I can do it. I can meet up to your expectation. I know what is that you want from me. So I can meet your expectations. Wait for some time. Give me some time." So father was highly pleased with his reply. Okay? That trait of courage he developed to answer his angry father, fault-finding father. So after that, he became wonderful. Then there is no return at all. There is no return. Then he scored very high marks. He became in 10th class and 12th class. He is the number one, first rank in his school. That person is an Air Force person. The father was working in Air Force. He is highly intellectual. Father is highly intellectual, but he wants his son to be like him. So that has caused total devastation in his mental faculty. His mind has become completely dull, unable to understand anything. So then after giving STAPHYSAGRIA, all that has come out. There is one case in Hyderabad, but father, everything, they give the medicine, they come immediately, no, this problem is there, that problem is there, go on. Which are such a state, we are unable to, carry that case forward. So every time the father is making some complaint, not observing proper positive actions taking place. So it became difficult because he's gone talking only on phone. Then finally I told, if you want, you bring the child, you have to talk to the child, we have to talk to you, and we have to find out what are the realities, we have to find out. Okay, but because of this COVID, they have not come. Most probably they may come here or go to Harmay Garu, Guntur from Hyderabad. See, that case, one girl, she is suffering a lot. 15 years, 16 years girl. So when they give, they have to wait and see what is happening. But the parents doesn't have this patience. Very timid to express when she encounters her lover. STAPHYSAGRIA is also remedy from ailments from grief. In STAPHYSAGRIA, a kind of sweetness on the face. So this point I have covered. In STAPHYSAGRIA, romantic relationship, rarely they experience grief. Out of this point also I covered. They are very nice people, get along with others very well and quite friendly. If STAPHYSAGRIA person is romantically attached towards someone, they develop active fantasy life. They fantasize, but they fear too much closeness. See, when the other person try to become close, they will have lot of fear. This sets timidity. They become timid, so cannot express. They cannot express, but fantasizes the relationship. So the way she likes, whenever she gets time, she imagines her lover with her, fantasizes very sweet and romantic relationship. She enjoys well by masturbating, derives great pleasure out of platonic relationship even for many years. What is this platonic relationship? Relationship not having physical relationship. They will have so much intimacy as if they are very close, as if she is having complete life, even sexual life with her partner without having physical intimacy. We have treated a case, a lecturer, and she and another person had love affair. They got married, but they don't have physical relationship. They live together. They have very good understanding, very good relationship and understanding. But only thing is they don't have physical intimacy here. This is another type of platonic relationship. So here it is not STAPHYSAGRIA. We have given Natramore. She belongs to Natramore personality. Okay. Here it is there also platonic relationship. Here also platonic relationship. Here sexual intimacy is there. That emotionally they are together. You know, they are means she only thinks, not other person. So she will have relationship. She enjoys it, gets all the pleasure by masturbating, fantasizing and masturbating. Very timid to express when she encounters her lover. Her lover comes close to her, but she is very timid to express her feelings. she is afraid and shy. She becomes nervous and her voice gets choked. So, for that purpose, in the serials and cinemas, that hero or heroine make on making rehearsals, many times they make rehearsals. Then before they express, go and express, some incident will happen and they cannot express. So this you would have seen in some cinemas and serials. Avoids intimacy and closeness to avoid humiliation or hurt feeling in case of rejection. So same thing you can see Ignatia and Natramur also. So these things are overlapping here. Ignatia it has got, STAPHYSAGRIA it is there, Natramur it is there. Avoids intimacy and closeness to avoid humiliation or hurt feelings in case of rejection. Okay. Wants to maintain her dignity and respect. Her dignity and respect are most important. So she avoids this humiliation and expecting humiliation and hurt feeling. She avoids intimacy. Okay. She gets excited and happy if her lover talks with sweetness or with small gestures or an offer simple gifts. See, he may not be, other fellow may not be intent in that particular way, but as a good friend, he may be offering some gestures, appreciating her and finding out which is your birthday, then finding out birthday and giving gifts at the time of birthday. She gets elated, she feels so happy, so happy. She gets excited, very happy, excited and very happy. By chance, her lover greets her with expected enthusiasm, then she gets excited to an exaggerated proportion of reality. She gets so much excited and happy. She imagines highly sophisticated and fine relationship, but does not proceed. Highly sophisticated, highly dignified relationship she imagines, but she does not proceed. When relationship takes place, there is a lot of disappointment, as it won't be as for her imaginations. For years together, she imagined in a particular way. She loved a particular personality. By grace of her God, she may be praying for a particular God, that her God must have blessed her. Then she got that person. There is a closeness happened. But she imagined a particular way, her husband coming and that particular person coming and pampering her in a particular way and kissing her in a particular way and uh, expressing love and affection in a particular manner. But that is not happening. That fellow may be a sulfur personality. Sulfur personality, he is in a, mechanically he is attached. He doesn't bother about other person's expectations. So there will be a lot of disappointment because all our imaginations have devastated. So there is a lot of hurt feeling inside. There will be a lot of suffering inside. Okay. So with this, I conclude today's talk. Some more is there. In next class, I'll be completing STAPHYSAGRIA. And now you understood Pulsatilla, Natramur, Ignatia, And the STAPHYSAGRIA, what is the relationship overlapping? Some of the emotions are overlapping. These emotions are there in that personality, that emotions are there in another personality. So every person, we are totally confused. So Satyanarayana is trying to confuse you a lot. Okay, you will get clarity. You will identify particular features, you note down, study the books, and finally all the personalities I have told about 15 personalities I am going to share. If you feel, I can share another 5 personalities, about 20 personalities. With 20 personalities, you can do wonders. Wonders you can do it. Okay? You can achieve, you can become a great homeopath. 20 personalities and so many 40 other remedies, day-to-day remedies, you can perform wonders. Okay, even not only COVID's grandfather comes also, or grandmother comes also, you can take care of your family. That is the confidence I am trying to create. Not only myself, even Dr. Shastri Garu is trying to create lot of confidence in you. Tomorrow his class will be there. Dr. Shastri Garu will be speaking to you. Kindly attend his class tomorrow, all of you. So I wish all of you wonderful good night and good health and happiness in your family. My pranams to all the elders and Shastri Garu and all my gurus, and my blessings to all the youngsters. Thank you. Shubharatri.